Hello. So we just finished at the EVO Cup today for Oceania. I came 21st, going 5-2 in record, 7 rounds. And yeah, we're playing MetalGarurumon with Bond. It's a pretty interesting deck. Um, I didn't end up playing my Imperial Dramon All Force list that I posted before. But yeah, something different and still did pretty well. So let's get into it. Alright, so start with the eggs. We have 4 Digimon from the starter deck, and 1 Sunumon. So pretty much the goal of the eggs at the moment is just to boost DP, because we want our MetalGarurumon to survive the checks in the security, and also just if they happen to have some suspended megas and we want to attack over it, then yeah, these help you there. Devimon is the main one because it's easier to have 8 cards in hand. I'll show you why in a minute. It'll be some cards in the deck that we play. But yeah, that's easier to proc. We go to the rookies. This is a MetalGarurumon Bond deck, so playing 4 of the BT6 Gabumon. Yeah, it just gives you an extra attack if you evolve into Bond, and you have Distance Inherit, so really good. And don't forget the effect as well to gain 1 memory when a mat is played. So that comes up a lot of the time, helps you with choking as well. And everything's gonna be Gabumons, so we have 3 of the draw Gabumons, 4 of the starter deck Gabumon. Again, boosting DPs, and he is both turns, which is actually crucial in some situations. And 2 Gabumons because this is a Garurumon based deck, and we can add the Garurumons that we're missing. Helps you dig out your MetalGarurumon from BT1. So yeah, that's it for rookies. Champions, I went with toolboxy kind of champion list. We have 3 of the BT1 Garurumon. This is the BT1 MetalGarurumon that we're playing, so if you guys remember in 1.0, there's a combo where you have this as an inherit from MetalGarurumon's sources. You use MetalGarurumon's effect to play this, and his on-play ability will unsuspend the MetalGarurumon, which can then attack another time and play your rookie afterwards. And normally with these rookies, you have the on-play from Gabumon, or you have the on-play for draw. And the other ones, not so much for the plays, but you can still have another body, which is pretty good. Next, 3 Cordramons. This is what I was talking about with, which is the card that helps you get your hand size up. Again, you can play this from underneath MetalGarurumon, and you just draw 2. And the security effect is also good. If your opponent checks this in security, it becomes played, and you draw 2. Then we're gonna have a bunch of tamers, and Lobomon is pretty much your best way or safest way to close out some games, especially with decks that have security effects. You pretty much just want to attack with whatever on your board, and then 1 by 1 evolve your tamers into Lobomon. So playing 3, it's not really a hybrid focus deck, so I'm just playing 3. And last is 2 Grizzlymons. Just my blocker of choice for this deck. You can choose the Koalamon if you want to, if you want the 1 cost inherit, because sometimes this is a pretty aggressive deck, so you don't really need to stick the 6k on the board a lot of times. Sometimes pretty much it's just there for the blocker, and the DP doesn't matter too much in those situations. But yeah, that's just my blocker of choice. Also, the ratios are just experimental. You can fix it however you want, but this is how I went with today. Ultimates. 4 Era Digimon from the starter deck again. Same thing in my Imperial O-Force list. He has jamming, and then inherit is if you have 8 or more cards in hand, you get security +1. And yep, like I said, we can increase our hand size pretty easily with that Garurumon, or just keep evolving and refilling your hand. Yeah, you can easily hit that 8 count. And then pretty much 2 more copies of that is Garurumon. I only played 2 because I wanted to play 6 level 5s, and maxing out on Era Digimon is better in my opinion because of the jamming part. But you can also argue that Garurumon is the better one because of the name, and Mat's effect does work for both Gabumon and Garurumons. So if you have Garurumon in your breeding and you move it out, you have Mat's, you still get the +1 memory and draw 1. And its effect actually came up today when I had a Garurumon under it to unsuspend. So I attacked like a rookie, unsuspend, and pretty much just get an extra attack. So it's pretty good. Then Magus, only 4 MetalGarurumons. Pretty much the idea of the deck is revolved around this card. When attacking, you play one of your level 4 or lower from its sources, and the on-play abilities of those cards will activate. So that's why I chose the Garurumon and the Quadramon, because you can proc their effects. Otherwise, the blocker is useful too. And the Lobomon is just there again for the tamers. So yeah, I think this is a really good card as well for this format, just going wide. Especially with the security control decks running around. They struggle when you have bodies that are varying in levels, varying in DPs and play costs and stuff. Yeah, just have a variety. So this will play a 4 and a 3. So you already have like a 4, 3, and a 6 on the board if you resolve the combo without it dying. Which, yeah, it actually does not happen a lot of the time to resolve everything. Sometimes it would just die on the first check or die in the second check. But at least you get a body on the way and you get a check with it. But yeah, that's why we have the DP boosting guys to lessen the chance of that. And then for Gabumon Bonds, yeah, this is still a bond type of deck. So maxing out on him. And because we are climbing up lanes, you can combo it with MetalGarurumon. So after you use MetalGarurumon's effect once, unsuspend it with the Garurumon under. You still have memory. If you still have memory, you can evolve on top and swing 2 more times. But if you have the Gabumon underneath, the BT6 Gabumon, you can swing 3 more times. So that's basically 4 attacks. And don't forget, if you have the level 5s inherit, that'll be 4 attacks with security +1. So that's a lot of attacks. Then we go tamers, 4 mats, because yeah, it's a bond deck. You want to see the mat. It gets you so much advantage by just moving out your Gabumon or Garurumon from your breeding area. Yeah, 1 memory and draw 1 helps with consistency and also memory advantage. And I only played 2 Davis. I kind of missed the 3rd one today, where I didn't see a Davis at all in some of my games, but yeah, maybe I'll bump this up to 3. Not too sure what to take out though. But yeah, Davis is really good, just memory setter. Options, 3 Kakai's Breath. Yeah, I think I've said it in the previous video as well. This format, security options are really strong, or important even, because there's matchups like the Bond Mirror match or the security, not security, Chessmon. If they don't have the delicate plan, then it helps swing back the advantage to your side, because they normally just keep inbreeding, so you can't really touch it until they swing to your security, and that's the only time they they get affected by any of your stuff. So yeah, you got 3 of that. Memory boost, howling. Again, some options to stop your opponent. This format, the 1 turn, can sometimes be the deal breaker. Like you have your setup in breeding, for example, and your opponent has stuff out already, and you just need 1 little push to stop them from having lethal. This comes up, or the Kaido spread comes up. Just any way to stop them from having lethal, because next turn you have it. So yeah, 1 turn matters a lot, this format. And then 2 blue memory boost just for consistency. So yeah, there you have it. There's my deck profile for today. What I used in the EVO Cup. Yeah, it was a really fun deck to pilot, and it's not one of the top meta decks that you see, so it's a bit different. So if you want to try something else, you can try this one. And yeah, we'll see you next week. I'll be playing at the regionals as well. I'll be taking a different deck again, and yeah, watch out for that profile. And it's not going to be one of the top decks again, or at least not one of the popular ones. So yeah, watch out for that, and we'll see you next time.
I could always be the one you wanna call when it's cold outside. I will always be the one that's right here still.